Top of the morning to you. It is a beautiful 420, the day, and we here at OCCI would love to extend to you a happy and hearty, healthy 420. Hope you enjoy yourself, have a great high time, and stay safe out there. But with that out of the way, today's half-baked theory with the theme of 420 is going to be on alternate planes of existence, and just more or less outlining small theories that orient around the idea. Being that my avatar is a video game character, it seems most fitting that the first two theories that I'm going to outline are actually our life is a video game theories. Theory 1 dictates that every time when you experience deja vu, it's you've progressed forward in your story to a point where you either died or failed something, and the external character wishes to go back to correct messing up whatever they messed up. And that's the reason why you got that moment like, oh, I've been here, I've done this, because you've literally been there, you've literally done that, only this time you did it right. And the second half-baked theory I'd like to just outline real quick is the idea that we're all in an MMO, that every time when we go to bed, it's our external character logging off for an undetermined amount of time to either do the same thing himself, herself, or possibly they had to eat. You know, maybe that's why they just stepped away for a second or left us with a menial task. The next one, keep in mind, although still a theory, is more grounded in reality, by the sense of that we're living in a real universe in this next theory, but you know, it's not like a video game theory or video game world or a fictitious false reality. It's, you know, to the point. The other one that I'd like to address, the one more grounded in reality, is the multiple worlds interpretation, or as most people know it, multiverse theory. I like this one personally just because the way it kind of makes you think. Like almost every decision you make really makes you think about, was it the right decision, due to the fact that you're not only making ripples and creating effects on our own planet and our own world, but as well as multiple planes that would exist and will now exist due to the fact that you have interacted with something. As a prime example, for example, let's say in this reality, you know, I keep shifting my camera back and forth so I don't enter first person and start pointlessly looking around at basically nothing, because nothing's really happening. I'll probably end up staring at her a whole bunch just because she's actually moving. Maybe him, but he might be a little too far off. And in a second world, I do this less often and probably bitch every 2 minutes that, oh my god, my fucking camera won't stand still, it keeps altering over to first person and wah. Or you'll come to a T, like a T crossing, right? And in one world you went left, and the other world you went right. One world you got there on time, one world you didn't. And that's just putting it in basic terms, really, though, because like with every branch there's also sub-branches. For example, you went left and you got there on time, or you went left and you didn't get there on time, you went left and there was traffic, or you went left and there was no traffic. It will account for every different variable, providing you are able to conceptualize the variable. But these are supposed to be half-baked. I'm not actually supposed to go into them, so I'm going to leave it more or less right about there and say that I like it, though, because it almost gives the individual a bit of a god complex. Not only am I shaping my world, but I'm shaping the infinite worlds that could be and will be because of me. And that's just neat to me. This next one is also just a theory, but it's a little more grounded in reality as well actually has some evidence that supports it, but it's a really, really lengthy ass theory, so I'm going to outline 2 bits of it that I want to address that I think is contextually relevant to this video, and perhaps one day it'll probably be a 2-parter, because like I said, this is a very, very long theory, and there's a fair bit of evidence that diminishes and supports it, so it'll probably be a 2-parter if I ever make it, but I'm not making it today. The absurd is, I can't remember the actual scientific name for this theory, but it's most commonly referred to as the absurd. And it has a few different outlines, but the 2 that I want to address right now is our ever-expanding universe does not care about us. It is a plane of existence all on its own, and it is completely detached from all different forms of existence. It is its own entity that is both sentient and not sentient. But the most important part is we are living a replication. There's 2 sides to this part of the theory. We're either living consistently repeating on a minute scale the actions of our Lovecraftian beings that are beyond our comprehension, and that we are just the bits of matter that make up their world, and that it goes infinitely greater and infinitely smaller. But it also is that they could also just be like a completely different type of being, and that we're not repeating them at all, but we are still making up bits and pieces of the energy that makes the matter that makes their universe. So that's neat. Basically our purpose in life is just to be bits of energy, kind of like the weed you're all smoking, just getting used up little by little, and once our energy diminishes, and that's why we pass away. And with that sobering thought, we'll move on to the next one, as it is a little more lighthearted. No, it's not. It's actually a lot darker. Lot darker. Just realized that. Sorry, my bad. This last one is pretty dark, and depending on your views of immortality, are ultimately terrible and mildly terrifying and possibly shitty, or if you like the idea of immortality, in which case then well, I've got a theory for you, my friend. Why don't you have a seat and listen on up, I say, as you probably already are. Get on with the fucking theory, jackass. Alright. So, theory goes that we are actually currently dying. Yes, we are all dying, dumbass. It's called time passing. No, I mean like we're all literally like sitting somewhere, you know, maybe a crack den, maybe a backstreet alley, maybe we just passed away in our sleep, or are about to pass away in our sleep, and what we're currently living through is actually just a it's just your memories playing back. That whole idea that your life flashes before your eyes before you die. Except for the theory goes that every single time when you reach that moment you're about to die, when you should synchronize all the loops and pass away, you actually go deeper and deeper into this inception, and is causing time to go slower and slower at the original state as we enter new layers. Forever, in all of eternity, we will hit that peak, we'll start to die, be on our deathbed, only to suddenly be reborn and suffer the exact same life over and over again, like a very depressing and extremely long Groundhog Day. and that it will never ever end, and that everyone from history is currently still experiencing it in their own mind, in their own little existence, and all of that will exist are also suffering the same state, just like all those who currently do exist, even if current doesn't. And with that thought, you have yourself a great day and a wonderful 420. And take care. Hope you enjoyed. And you have yourself a good morning, evening, or whenever the hell you watch this. And until next time, have a good one. Real quick before you go, meant to also throw this out there. These are all just my interpretations, as well as quick, not very in-depth analysis of these theories. That's why I outlined it as a half-baked theory. It is more just like a mild compilation of theories that exist regarding different planes of existence, and I figured while everyone was getting fucked up, why not talk about different planes of existence? And if you liked any of this shit, be sure to let me know in the comment down below, and if you'd like more in-depth analysis on any one of these different theories and philosophies, then let me know, and who knows, maybe it'll be a future video.
Weekend's coming up in a couple of days. I'm gonna get fucked up in so many ways. What if we could see wasn't necessarily reality? The sky was in the sea, and the sea was in the sky where the sun should